City has been known for its busy streets, bright lights, and the overwhelming presence of mile-high skyscrapers. However, agriculture is no stranger to the Big Apple. For years, New York has been home to hundreds of farmhouses all across the city. Although the Bronx is a part of this wealthy city, poverty has always struck hardest in this area. As a result, the Bronx struggles in finding more effective and economically efficient ways to feed its inhabitants. Did you know the Bronx was once known not only for the agriculture, but also for the many fish markets and shipping areas? The Hunts Point that we all know was once a booming fish market, as well as the now forgotten Hunts Point Manor. The Bronx's fish, agriculture, and water systems made it thrive until poverty and crime began taking over. After World War II, suburbs began to appear all over the Bronx, which changed the general demographics of the area. Because of the newly developed commercialism of the automobile during this time, commuting was not a problem for many of the average middle-class families not living in the area. In order to make room for highways, people living and growing in agricultural areas were forced out and into newly developed housing projects. Although we do have many living quarters and bridges that have benefited the Bronx community, the nature in the borough has been left to suffer. A large group of people supported this rapid change from agriculture to industry because it meant new business and a number of job opportunities. Although there are positives to the change the Bronx has made, it is clear that the negative factors can no longer be ignored. The Bronx is one of the most polluted areas and has few trees, which reduce the oxygen we breathe in every day. You can make a difference in making a greener Bronx. You can become part of the green movement in many ways, whether it be by contacting the Parks Department, your local community board, or even by starting your own project. Help bring the Bronx back to its former beauty. And my name is Melissa Hernandez, and stay tuned for the TLT Squared Show.
Some become just what they hear, negative visuals they see. The platforms that you give seem like all there is to be. Media betrays teens as a life not to live. It's a negative. Over and over again. We'll know my time to speak out on the TLT Squid Show. We hold the lights, the words, the sounds. We want the world to know that we're not all locked up and dropped out without a glimpse of us shall be. And on the contrary, full of life and style. Stay tuned and you'll see. Don't count me out. Promise life to live. We have so much good to give. In a positive light, center stage. Cameras rolling. Stories they speak of me.
Give it up for the Renaissance EMS Band. Good evening and welcome to the second live taping of the TLT Squared Show. My name is Alice Olem and I will be your co-host for this evening. I am 15 years old and I attend the Celia Cruz Bronx High School of Music as a vocal major. I am a talented young musician who loves music, but I'm also an ambitious athlete with a knack for competition. We have a great show for you tonight, so let's give it up for our host, Mr. Harris.
Listen, today we got a special guest coming out today. Any of you guys grow some vegetables in your house? Maybe in your backyard? All right, side of the yard? Around the corner in a garden or something like that? Well, this guy is real interesting. I actually saw him. He has this big thing, and we're going to show it to you in a minute. It's a YouTube sensation. He's growing vegetables on the wall.
This is the true triple bottom line, because when you can take neighborhoods that were abandoned and destitute and turn them into something like this, with interiors like this, wow, people noticed. And notice they did, so CNN called. And we were delighted to have them come to our farmers market. And then when Rockefeller Center said, NBC, could you put in some edible walls? We were delighted. But this, I show you, when kids from the poorest congressional district in America can build a 30-foot by 15-foot wall, design it, plant it, and install it in the heart of New York City. That's a true si se puede moment.
Welcome to the world of we can, where in the South Bronx we are Americans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, African Americans, and we're doing it, and we're doing it in a new green economy, and we're building community, spirit. We're putting the 99-cent menu on the run in ways that are really making dollars in a whole lot of sense, because kids are eating healthy, and we are growing vegetables on state-of-the-art vertical technology.
All right, let's give a hand for Steve Ritz. Brother. And I do mean brother. I thought you were going to leave me hanging, man. I kind of stuck my hand out there, man.
Never that.
We're very, very excited to have you here in the house with us tonight. Just tell everybody a little bit about what you do.
I am a Bronx educator, much like Mr. Harris said, who's growing vegetables, but I don't really believe I'm growing vegetables. I really believe I'm growing citizens and changing communities and transforming minds. I think it's kind of cultivating hope, if you will. And wow. I couldn't be more inspired, because it's...
That's really deep, man. I didn't know a carrot could sound so sophisticated.
Well, it's really more about carrots. Really what it's about is about planting seeds, much like you guys are doing here. And this is just a gorgeous crop. I'm not saying we put them in the ground head first, but these guys are really blooming. The music sounds good. This is just... I'm looking out at a gorgeous mosaic.
I love that. Let's give a hand for our garden here today. Let's give a hand for our teens. Our positive teens. That's right. So tell me a little bit more about what you're doing, how you got into it.
All by mistake. Literally all by mistake. And that's I kind of have this belief that if you bring your body, your brain will follow. And there are a lot of challenges in public education. Obviously, you guys are not part of that challenge because you're here, and hopefully, collectively, our reach will exceed our grasp, because it's really about inspiring the next generation to do something else. And on my sleeve, I kind of wear this belief that the Bronx can. And what do I mean by can? I mean change attitudes now. And block by block, classroom by classroom, we're changing lives. So let me put some context to it. I am not a farmer, and that, I don't know if you saw the TED Talk,
yes.
But that was about, I'm really not. I don't like farming. But in my classroom, in the middle of the Bronx, I grow enough food indoors to feed 450 people. And when you think about what that means in terms of a borough that has tremendous health needs, nutrition needs, financial needs, we are literally growing our way into a new economy. I'm thrilled to be sitting here next to Alice, who I get to see often. In fact, she's on our Facebook page. And that's kind of what this is. You know, the Bronx was traditionally a city of neighborhoods, if you will. You know, the North Bronx, the South Bronx. But
right.
I kind of have this very inclusive envision of one Bronx, un solo Bronx, you know, where we can all come together. And really, the borough that gave birth to funky, fresh beets can also be the borough that grows locally grown, fresh, healthy, organic ones. And that's a true si se puede moment.
Right. So you started out as a teacher, teaching where?
Oh, man. I go back. I started teaching, you don't know. I actually started teaching many, many, many years ago. I'm aging gracefully, and that's because I got inspired by you guys. But literally in the South Bronx.
They do
South
keep
Bronx,
us young,
yeah, they keep us young. They do. And good looking. And smelling good, too, right? But I started teaching in the early 80s in the South Bronx when everything that was wrong in this borough was probably at its height, when it was chaos.
This is when the Bronx was burning?
It was burnt. It was crispy. It was done. It was toasted. You could stick a fork in it. When I was in high school, it didn't quite look like this. And so I give you guys a lot of credit.
Yeah.
And to see this building and this community and look across the street, and I'm looking out and I'm looking at student artwork and new buildings, that's just phenomenal. This is our borough. This is our time, and you are the future. So I am planting seeds And it's also great to feed people healthy food, because the reality is, for a lot of people who don't have access to healthy food, and I'm going to challenge everybody in here to really think about the way you're eating and the way you're treating yourself, because whether you're part of the 1% or the 99%, what we are really doing is making 100% of everybody happier and healthier. And it's inspiring work. It's inspiring.
So Steve, let me ask you, if you want to find a little bit more about what you're doing, how can we...
Oh, listen, please check us out on Facebook. I believe every day that the Bronx is poised, ready, willing, and able to exploit our talent and diversity. And it's wild. You talk about this YouTube thing. We put out this YouTube, I didn't even know what a flip cam was. I'm sitting here looking at my daughter, and she was like, "Daddy, this is crazy." We made this video. 30 days later, we were at the White House. And that's the power of this generation. That's the power of what you're doing.
That's great. You were at the White House?
Yeah, we were at the White House.
Fantastic.
30 days. Yeah, no, thank you.
That's great, man.
Thank you. I didn't know.
So real quick, let me ask you a couple more questions.
Sure thing.
Number one, your last name is Ritz.
R-I-T-Z.
Okay.
That's right, like the cracker.
Are you?
Or my wife says
are you
like the
you related to the Ritz company?
If I was, I'll tell you what, I'd write you a big check.
Okay.
But I want to help you, because I got to tell you, I didn't even know about this place. And I've done some interesting shows, some interesting venues. But I came up in here, and I just want to say, all of you made me feel so at home. The energy, the vibe in this place is insane. I'm looking at Sir Shadow's art on the walls. I'm like, man, these are simple lines, and that's really what it's about. Simple things that are going to transform our life, our community, and our ability to really do things that enable and empower each other to go on to live a healthy life.
All right, here's what we want to do. We want to pull something on stage, get some, I know you brought some stuff to show us, and we're going to get somebody from the audience. And we're actually going to do some potting right here. Can you kind of show us how to do some of that a little bit?
I can do whatever you ask.
All right, fantastic. Band, give us some walking music.
Very superstitious, writings on the wall. Very superstitious, oh my, that does not too far. When you believe in things that you don't understand, then you suffer. Superstition ain't the way.
Wow!
All right, the band is fantastic as always. All right, here we are. Now we got some stuff here. This is the kind of stuff they put on the Big Mac. I know that, right? I'm just messing, man. I don't know what this stuff is.
You know what? And that's part and parcel of the problem, because you go into Bronx communities, and kids can tell you about 30 flavors of Little Debbie. They can tell you all about the nutty drinks, but here we are in the borough that feeds the nation, because the Bronx is home to Hunts Point Food Market. And literally, we get 65,000 diesel trucks in there a week that are really polluting our lungs. And the bottom line is, there is no access to food. So even though you're joking, the joke is on us, because most kids don't know that, guess what, guys? This is celery starch. This is romaine lettuce. I mean, I'm going to force feed this girl in a minute, but most people don't know. What is this? It is seeds. Can you tell me the price of the seeds?
4 for $1.
So you buy 4 packs of these for $1. You see, because I believe the greening of America starts with our minds, but the easiest way to get there is through our pockets, called Hip National. So 4 of these are going to give me, for $1, I get 4 of these. I could grow more than this. Now, if you got to go out and buy this lettuce, and these are lettuce starts, this would be 2 for $5 in Costco. So I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28. Do the math, half 28. Oh no, yeah, 2 for 5, so.
That's
14 times 5? $70 in the interest of time. So 4 for $1, 70. 4 for $1 gives me 70 back, 1 here. Those are the kind of returns I like, and those are the kind of returns I want you guys to think about in terms of investing in your future. So simple process.
It's a lot of Caesar salad right there.
This is only, yeah, this is delicious.
That's good stuff right there.
And audience, anybody know what this is? Celery, good, and that's the kind of stuff. If you buy,
wow, how did you guys know that?
That's good. You're my kind of crowd. Now, here's a harder question: where can you buy fresh celery within walking distance to here? Western beef all the time. Is it in your bodegas? Is it in a corner store? No, you've got to go somewhere, and that's the whole issue. It's really about creating awareness and creating
All right.
access.
So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna plant some right here. So we got a little pot.
All right.
We got some water. We got some potting soil. We don't really need no gloves, right? We can get dirty, right? We got our seeds for $1. Tata, walk us through the process.
Here, it's just that easy. Now, and again, this is just how I started, by planting seeds and throwing bulbs behind a radiator and letting them form. So we have some potting soil, and literally, the directions are right on the back. But realize, one seed gives you one plant. So I'm going to open up a bag of seeds. Shaniqua, your hands, please. Beautiful hands. Love the manicure.
Let's give a hand for the hands.
Let's give a hand for the hands.
Give a hand for the hands.
Look at how many seeds are coming out of here. I mean, that's just, and there's much more left. You show the camera. Where's the camera? So again, guys, this is when we talk about planting seeds, because that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to plant healthy seeds, intellectual seeds, This little thing gives birth, each one of these, to one of these that go for 2 for $5 in the supermarket. So when I talk about kids growing their way into a new economy, so bam. It's just that easy. It is just that easy.
Go ahead, girl. Let's sprinkle that on in there.
And that's it. And well, you're gonna, let me tell you something. That's enough seeds for this whole table.
Really?
That's enough seeds for this whole table. That's because one of these will give you
So
one
we let
of
it stay on top so the birds can eat it, or we got to do something else with
what
it?
we're gonna do is just really, and I'm using this so the water doesn't come on too hard. I'm just trying to like mitigate the water so it doesn't really disturb
So you don't have to bury the seeds?
We're gonna right in.
That's what they did with the beanstalk. They kind of put it in the.
Well, listen,
dirt.
I believe in trial and error. You know, it's just seeds, and that's the cool thing. See, I mean,
Your hands
with
get
a lot,
pretty dirty,
man,
though.
my hands get dirty. It's all right. I clean up. We got a great
you
makeup
make a
room in the
mess,
back. Yeah, I make a mess. I clean up nice, hot pants. You know, we do this brown style. And that's it. Listen, if you guys knew the germs you were touching every day, this is just soil. And look, guys, I'm gonna do something that's gonna freak you out. Pull one of these suckers out.
Listen, I could do that, but I wouldn't do that with dirty hands.
Listen, germs are our friends, man. Let me tell you something. Germs are our friends. Embrace them. You guys kids are more nasty people in the course of the day.
Some salad dressing.
This is sterile soil. It's good. And then this is just going to
It's like a rabbit. You're just eating stuff out of it. But that's good. All right. So great. We can all do this at home, right? Fantastic. What about sunlight? Real quick. What do you mean about sunlight for this?
All right. There are certain plants that absolutely need a lot of sunlight, and there are some that don't. Lettuce is a cold crop. Yeah. It's marginal sun. I mean, there are crops that really do need a lot of sun, but all of you, audience, tell me, who has a crazy aunt or crazy grandma who has something growing in the house? Oh, everybody, right? They got the seed with the pots. Things grow, and that's literally how I learned about this. I had kids in school. We got some seeds. We put them behind the radiator. The heat made them burst because the radiator was leaking. Yeah. Moisture, heat, water, bam. And that was the rest. Now, I'm growing 25,000 pounds of vegetables, but more importantly, I'm growing beautiful young students and graduates
at
a crowd like this. So please, guys, embrace good health. Embrace yourself.
Let's give it up for Steve Ritz. Let's give it up for our co-host doing a fantastic job. You didn't get your hands dirty. Yeah. And Shaniqua for joining us in the audience. Band, come on, take us out of here.
Manning, drummer for TLT Squared, and I'm gonna teach y'all a couple tips on how to play drums. What I'm showing y'all today is the 4/4 groove. It's basically quarter notes on the kick, eighth notes on the hi-hat, and half notes on the snare. You put it all together and you get get comfortable with the beat, you can loosen up, you know. For more music lessons, come to Renaissance EMS.
All right, once again, give yourselves a hand for being such a great audience again tonight. We want to once again thank our co-host. We had her back for the second time, Alice. Once again, did a wonderful, wonderful job. And for our special guest, Steve Ritz in the house tonight. All right. So Steve gave us a lot of great stuff in terms of what we can do to kind of make our lives very healthy. And so this song right here is called A Lovely, Lovely, Lovely Day. So if we get out there and start doing our planting, right? Laying down our vegetables. Laying down our flowers. We can turn it into a lovely day, is that right? Here we go, come on.
What they hear, negative visuals they see, platforms that you give seem like all there is to be. Media betrays teens as a life not to live. It's a negative. Over and over again.
Well, now my time to speak out on the TLT Squid Show. We hold the lights, the words, the sounds. We want the world to know
that we're not all locked up and chopped out without a glimpse of us shall be.
And on the contrary, full of life and style.
Stay tuned and you'll see.